Welcome to today's daily forecast. Today is the 28th of October, Tuesday. As we have mentioned since Friday, yesterday and today, the gold price has dropped. After 3 days of small consolidation, the price is now moving downward. I mentioned this clearly in my last 3 videos. You can check my previous thumbnails. In the daily and weekly charts, I shared that price could come down through that channel and start consolidating. I repeated this in Friday's and yesterday's forecasts as well. If you managed to catch these moves, I believe you made good profits today. After price touched the 100 EMA in the 1-hour chart, we saw a strong downward move in the 1-hour candle. In the 15-minute chart, we could have entered the market if we found fair value gaps. That's very important. After price creates a sell or buy zone, we must wait until the 1-hour candle closes. Then we move to the 15-minute or 5-minute chart to check whether any fair value gaps are available. There were 2 fair value gaps, and price only reached the bottom one. After that, price created a wick and a bearish candle. I entered the market at that time, placing my stop loss just above the wick. Price didn't reverse, it kept dropping strongly. I exited my order when price crossed above the 20 EMA line on the 15-minute chart. That trade gave me around 679 pips profit. After that, I expected a pullback because there was a buy zone drawn yesterday, and in the 1-hour chart, we also saw a bullish candle. But even with that candle, no fair value gaps formed. Then I checked the 5-minute chart. There was a fair value gap, so I drew it and waited for price to come down. Price created a wick, but in the 15-minute chart, no bullish candle closed above the fair value gap. That's very important. In the 15-minute chart, price must close above or within the fair value gap to be valid. Since that didn't happen, I didn't enter the market. The price stayed below the gap, which made it invalid for a buy. After that, price dropped below the buy zone. Once that happens, the buy zone turns into a sell zone. So we had to wait for price to retest it. Price touched it twice, but I didn't enter because there were 3 consecutive bearish 1-hour candles and no valid fair value gaps appeared. Even if a fair value gap forms, it must remain valid. In that case, price was already above it, so I waited for a proper setup. Later, price came again and hit the 20 EMA within that zone. That's a very strong confirmation. After touching the zone, price created a wick followed by a bearish candle. Then I switched to the 15-minute chart and saw 3 consecutive fair value gaps, showing strong imbalance and high activity from large traders. I marked all 3 gaps, and price touched the bottom one twice. I entered there, and fortunately, price didn't hit my stop loss, it reversed and went down further. Finally, price started a small pullback after hitting the support line, but I didn't exit because the 15-minute 20 EMA was still above the price. I expect price to go further down after filling the fair value gap. Now we need to identify today's best buy and sell zones to plan the next setups. Let's clear the previous setups first. I'll remove old zones that are no longer valid. Now, checking the bearish channel, first, in the daily chart, we can see a large buy zone. Earlier, I thought price might move up from that wick, but price broke below the daily buy zone. After that, it dropped further, though we're now seeing a small pullback after price hit that major buy zone. Let's move to the 4-hour chart. I'll delete the old zones and draw the new ones. First, there's a buy zone around this area. In this bullish trend, the only bearish candle is this one with a wick, so I'll draw the buy zone based on that wick. This is our first buy zone. There are also some old sell zones that now act as buy zones. We can confirm them in the daily chart. Those are at the bottom. We'll wait for buying opportunities in that area. Next, I'll draw the sell zone. We can see a bullish candle within the bearish structure. This forms our first sell zone for today. I'll adjust these zones later on the 1-hour chart. There's also another smaller sell zone nearby, but both are close to each other, so we'll refine them in the 1-hour chart. In the 1-hour chart, I'll adjust the zone to align with the drop area. Now we have a clear sell zone and buy zone. No other strong buy zones appear here except around the main support. Activating EMA lines, price is now near the 20 EMA on the 1-hour chart. In the 4-hour chart, price has broken below the 150 EMA, the first time in a long while since August 22nd. It took about 2 months for price to drop below that level. We can see some pullback now, but not a strong buy zone. There's a powerful support though. So we can look for buy setups only if we find fair value gaps and bullish candles in the 1-hour chart. However, price might come down again to fill the gap before moving up. In the 15-minute chart, there are also fair value gaps. If price moves up and comes back to retest them, we can plan entries. Now let's draw the best possible setups for today. Since the market is currently bearish, I'll mainly look for selling setups. All the EMA lines are aligned in descending order, confirming the bearish structure. If you notice long wicks in bullish candles, I'll draw another sell zone around that area. It was previously a buy zone, but after breaking down, it turned into a sell zone. This will be our third sell zone and may give us another short opportunity. If price comes near that area, we can enter short trades using 15-minute fair value gap confirmations. The first take profit can be around the support and the second near the sell zone. If price doesn't move up that far, we can still buy from the lower area after a valid bullish candle and fair value gap confirmation. Take the first profit near the resistance and the second at the next sell zone. There's also a possible setup around the support line, but it's not very strong, so I wouldn't enter there unless I see a good setup with clear fair value gaps in the 15-minute chart. If price moves higher, we can recheck the gaps and enter with confirmation. These are the 4 setups I'm watching for today. I'll mainly focus on selling opportunities because of the strong bearish momentum. We might see some consolidation in the next few days after this strong breakdown. I hope you have a profitable few days ahead. Please follow our daily forecast for more trading opportunities. Thank you very much.